High turnout. You heard Barack Obama in Florida there. Joe
Yeah.
Biden, who will be speaking shortly in the neighboring state of Georgia.
Yeah.
The Democrats hopeful when they see the long lines.
Yeah, look, Democrats have eagerly embraced mail-in voting, early voting. And when we're talking about early voting, Francois, just to be clear, we're talking about both people who mail in their ballots early, put it in the mailbox, and people who in person show up at early voting stations or actually go with their ballot and drop it into what's called a drop box, as in Texas. What is startling about this is there are many states where the early voting already, we've had almost 67 million voters have already cast ballots. What's even more remarkable, with a week to go before the election, you're almost in the early vote in several states ready to surpass the number of total votes from 2016. Look at those numbers, and they're broken down just so it's not a little less confusing. So that 66 is the total of both people who are mailing in their ballots by mail, by post, and 22 million who are going and standing in what are long lines in many states, Francois, 22 million. What's remarkable here is take a state like Texas, biggest state in the union. You have 87%, almost 90% the early voters. It's almost at the level, 90% of all the votes cast in the last election. You look at states like Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Nevada, North Carolina, all of those states, just looking at the early vote till now, about 60 to 70% of the total votes cast in the last election. They're expecting perhaps record high turnout in this election.
And that's because of COVID, right? The fact that
several factors. COVID, people want to vote in a safe and secure way, not exposing themselves to as little risk as possible. Also wanting to avoid overcrowding and long lines on election day, but also the sheer passion factor in this election. There is a lot of enthusiasm and charged emotions on both sides, whether you're pro-Biden or pro-Trump. That is also driving and mobilizing voters and driving the turnout.
All right. And Donald Trump, who